Hello, everybody, and welcome to this daily PT um, town hall meeting. So, I would like to make an announcement right now, and also I will make the same announcement towards the end of today's town hall meeting. Um, Costas and I, my business partner and I have really put quite a bit of uh, time and effort to bring this town hall meeting to you guys every day and make it meaningful and support the different processes that are important at any given stage. So what have been these the circumstances so far? The whole situation with coronavirus took place, a lot of fear, um, stay-home orders in many states, um, uh, many practices shut down, other practices end up having only very few patients. And we believe that throughout the process, we provided um, opinion, if you want, guidance, anything we felt that was useful and necessary, as well as we brought on those town hall meetings some people who helped to provide information on the telehealth issues, on the Medicare issues, on the small business administration issues and um, um, the CARES help that we got from the government, the PPP products and others. So at this point, we believe that most practices, what they have done is 50% of the practices that we surveyed across the country, they have implemented telehealth. We believe that the rest of them, based on their own circumstances, they have to implement telehealth sooner or later. I mean, telehealth will be something here to stay. It's not going to go away. It will only be getting bigger and bigger. It's going to be part of our life as practitioners. Um, we introduced other options for you to, besides telehealth, or other things for you to do in your practice in an immediate basis. We talked about 5 mitigation factors. As a matter of fact, I'm going to doing a webinar the following Tuesday about those 5 mitigation factors again. But we are at the point right now that the practices have, they are in some plateau. They have implemented or not telehealth. They are maybe partially open or not. They have applied. Hi, Venice, so good to see you. It's been a long time. Oh my God. All right. Um, and some practices have applied already for the PPP loan. Some other practices have applied for the EIDL. Um, we do have information that there are a few practices that went to smaller banks that they already received from the bank, not the money yet, but they received information with an actual loan number, which means that that loan has been approved and they are now in the process of getting the money. So we have all this information, and all of you, they are in somewhere in all of these stages, okay? And thank you, Phil. Okay, and yes, we did recommend BoeFly, and we are getting also from Phil that they transferred his application to a local bank institution. This is very well done. That's really great news, Phil. Now, we made a decision to continue these PT town hall meetings, but instead of having them in a daily basis, we will do them once a week, every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And we are going to change a little bit the nature of these meetings. Instead of talking only about, let's say, of course, we'll handle any updates on Medicare and any updates on the telehealth and any updates on this and that. No problem with that. But we would like to start looking at the road to recovery. We would like all of us to work together, not just listening to one individual. Of course, we're going to bring some guests, we're going to bring some experts in a specific area, but we want all together as a group to brainstorm with ideas on how this road to recovery will take place, how we as a group, we will recover slowly or not so slow from this situation. So we are going to establish then these town hall meetings once a week, every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And the topic every week will be the road to recovery, a different aspect about the road to recovery. And we're going to handle many, many areas of practice. And we're going to see also how things are progressing, because guys, things will be different. Don't expect to have a gym that is, I don't know, 300 square feet and having a table next to the other with patients. This is not going to happen. Social distancing will be to some degree part of life. Don't expect that you are going to be going to the theater and you're going to have another person right next to you. Things will have to change to a lesser or greater degree, and until they find some sort of a cure or vaccine that will totally handle this issue, and we're long way before that. Yes, so today then will be the last town hall meeting that we are going to do in a daily basis. There's not going to be a town hall meeting tomorrow. And starting a Thursday of next week, we are going to be doing these town hall meetings then on Thursdays. And we'll get you guys some notification. I don't know if the link will be the same or we're going to change the link, but all of you who have registered here, we will notify you. I want to ask all of you a quick question. I know that because I'm registered, let's say, as a creator, as a panelist of this, I do receive a notification about this meeting like before we start. Do you guys receive any notification, or there is no notification? There is, Andrea? Yes. And how long before the meeting do you receive the notification? Andrea, you have to unmute. I can't hear you.
1 hour and then 10 minutes.
Okay, so an hour before you receive. Okay, that's good. That's not bad at all. Okay, good. So we'll send out an announcement, and we're going to do those notifications. That's great. Also, I'm going to post one more time here my email, dimi@handsonpt.org. Please email to me with topics that you would like to have discussed in these meetings, questions that you have. This is a community effort, and we want to keep it like that. We want to keep it as a community effort. So let me just also announce this. You know about the effort that we are doing, the PT for Heroes, okay? So here's the thing. I was in a meeting, doing a presentation, and somebody tells me, in that meeting they had a lot of other healthcare professionals, and let me put my virtual background here. And they tell me, hey, if why are you doing only PT for heroes? Why don't you include also other professionals? It was just this morning. I mean, Tim just joined now. It was on Tim's meeting this morning, and we had a whole bunch of OTs and a whole bunch of speech pathologists and all that. And we said, okay, yeah, we are a community. We are a community of therapists. You know, everybody has a place here, and we are sharing some common goals. So what if we change that and we create not only PT for Heroes, so we have now pt4heroes.com, we have otforheroes.com, and we have slpforheroes.com, and I'm going to show you this site. It's right here, and this is the new site right now. It includes, I mean, we have the bigger logo for PT for Heroes because that was the original site, but we are including now OT for Heroes and the SLP for Heroes, and we are including all disciplines in there. Look how this is growing. Now, people can go and request services here. If you are a provider, you can click to join the movement here. We have supporters now, supporting companies that they are promoting through their media our effort. And we have a whole bunch of practices that keep joining. And if you do not have a logo, just scan your business card. You see, people are just sometimes just scan their business cards. So we have a whole bunch of practices joining. You see, you can go join and you get this, you fill out the name, the email address, practice address, you put your website address because we're creating a link to your website address. And if you have a logo, put a logo. If you don't have a logo, either leave it alone and we'll create something for you, or just scan your business card. And look, let me pick here. Oh, here, Saturn Place. There you go. That's Carol's place. Okay, so there is a link to Carol's place here. So same thing for everybody who joins us. This is our site, hands-on. Okay, so let me show you also here on our site something cool, just in case you guys wanna follow that. We are calling it introducing hands-on online. So this is the way we are introducing the concept as hands-on online. Virtual treatment in the comfort of your home, request tele-PT, people can click there, and it takes them to our Better PT platform where they can either request telehealth or in person. When they request telehealth, they can book an appointment, and once they book the appointment, they're gonna get also a confirmation 5 minutes via text message for their appointment, so which is pretty cool. And another thing we have I wanted to show you is because we did not have as a practice a mechanism for patients to pay us automatically, we went here and we created, you see where it says pay my bill? We created a pay my bill feature on our site where people, when click on that, they can put their name and they can actually book, they can actually pay for their visit. And what we have done now for tele-PT, instead of our visit, our office visit, if it's cash, it's $150. We adjusted our initial eval now to 100. And from 75, our tele-PT visit, we adjusted it to $50. And we're giving a special offer that for 10 visits, that includes the evaluation, $500. So they get a discount. Now, if they were not paying for a visit like this, but it was just a regular copay, because let's say their insurance pays for telehealth. Let's say they have Oxford, they have Cigna, they have Aetna, those insurances pay for telehealth, and a whole bunch of others. But let's say they have a copayment. So they can just plug in here the amount of the copayment, let's say the copayment is $25, and they can submit it, and they can pay for the copayment. So, oops, what am I doing here? So this is how this works. So again, go right here, go ahead and participate in this program. And then what happens is the people who put in, let's say, their information, we are working on this step right now. Depending on their zip code, they are gonna receive, depending on their state, not the zip code, I'm sorry, depending on their state, they will receive a list of all of the practices that participate in the program in that state. Cindy, I saw that you liked the site, but you are not listed here. So just put somebody from your office sign up right away. All right, so let me.
Therapy Works.
What's that?
She's there. Therapy Works. That's Cindy.
That's the other Cindy. I was talking about Cindy Prentice.
Sorry.
She is attending, I think, but she did not put her logo. She's PT and Beyond. So, all right, 1 second. I want to get rid of my background. I have to go back to this. Gosh. Go ahead, guys. Anybody has some question about anything?
Hello.
Hello, Venice. How are you?
Good, honey. I heard you say something about Oxford. Did Oxford join the troops and now they're paying?
Yes, they are. Oxford is paying for tele-PT. This is for telehealth. This is the information we got. Let me see if I have the information quickly accessible. If not, let me see. Oops. Hold on a second. I think I may got that.
Is it only temporary, or does it have a time limit on it, Demi?
The information we received. Okay, Cigna and United. Yeah, hold on. Okay. Let me share a screen. 1 second. Let me show you guys. I'll share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So Cigna, first of all, allows it, but here is what they do. Oh, I just got a new one. They just put some new codes here. Cigna has a 2 limit code, 2 units of 97110. That's Cigna, which is fine. I mean, you can do, let's say, and because it is Cigna, guys, you do not have to follow the Medicare rule. You can follow the 8-minute rule. You understand, right? So essentially, 16 minutes of treatment will allow you to bill on Cigna 2 units of 97110. It follows the 8-minute rule, not the Medicare rule. If it was Medicare, you have to do 15 for the first unit plus 8. So if it was Medicare for 2 units, you would have to put a minimum of 23 minutes, right? For 2 units.
Right.
In plus 8. But because it is Cigna non-Medicare, you can do 16 minutes and still bill 2 units. Then United Healthcare has approved with physical therapy.
But again, codes the same as
Same
Cigna?
codes as no, same code at this point, although we have not gotten paid yet, because we submitted bills just recently, you know, we are billing the same codes as regular PT. Like in our case, we'll put 97110, 2 units, and maybe 1 unit of 97112. All right? Because you can have the patient do some balance, some proprioceptive training, something like that.
Timmy, though, for Oxford, we got word that Oxford is not doing telehealth, and you said you got word that they are, but I still haven't seen that in your documents. So do you still see Oxford specifically there? Because I, as of Monday or Tuesday with my practice, spoke with Oxford on the phone, and they said they're not covering telehealth. So not United Healthcare, but just Oxford.
Just the Oxford
strictly.
product.
Mm-hmm. If you have that information, that would be wonderful. Because as of Monday, they were not.
Hold on a second.
Thank you.
You see, the information we got, guys, was a little bit different. And Denise, I had sent you this information. Let me post something here. Now, what I'm gonna post here applies only to New York. This is the information we got by calling insurance companies and speaking to people about telehealth. These are insurance companies that they told us that they pay. 1 second. Vicky, text to me as soon as possible the names of insurance companies that they have paid us already for telehealth, as well as clarification if Oxford, specifically the Oxford product, confirmed that they will pay for telehealth. Let's see what she's going to tell us.
Thank you. The other question I had is, so as of now, Medicare is still not paying for telehealth, correct?
As of now, Medicare is not paying for telehealth. What Medicare did is, in addition to the E-codes, the other day they announced, I'm sorry, did you guys receive what I just sent or no?
No.
You did not? Okay, I'm sorry. I copied it in the wrong, everyone in meeting, not everyone in waiting room. Okay, sorry about that. Now here it is. So Medicare, straight Medicare, is not paying for telehealth. They just announced, in addition to the e-visits, they announced the assessment and management codes, right? So we are waiting still for clarification about these assessment and management codes and how they could be used differently than the e-visits. In terms of reimbursement, we confirmed that the management codes are by about, depending on the marketplace, by about $10 more per visit compared to the e-visit, okay?
Okay, and do we see, and again, nobody can predict the future, but does it look like Medicare is moving towards providing telehealth or allowing us to, or like, do you have any insight on that? Because that's where I'm kind of stuck, because our patients are asking and we don't have the answer. So just from your experience, what would you say?
The information I have from both government affairs department, the director, and from the practice department, from APTA is that things are looking positive in regards to that. But the communications they have had have not yet, have not reached a conclusion yet.
Got it.
So I'm gonna reach out to them today and try to get an update for you guys in regards to that, and we'll announce it this coming Tuesday. We have a telehealth and billing update webinar. Those of you who don't know about that, go to savephysicaltherapy.com and register for that webinar. There are 2 of them coming up. One this coming Tuesday on telehealth and billing update. And the following Tuesday, I'm doing another one on the 5 things that every physical therapy practice must do right now.
Thank you.
No problem. Is last night's webinar recorded that we can access? Yes, last night's webinar on the marketing of telehealth. Oh, it was awesome, by the way.
I have to say, I listened. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great.
And, you know, although we are applying a lot of things, today we had a staff meeting and they were saying, okay, you know what? We're not doing this, we're not doing that. Let's get on board and start doing some things. Because look, the bottom line is, okay, even if you, thank you, Tim, for your participation, by the way. Even if you have patients already right now that you manage to convert to telehealth, and actually in our practice, we have gotten a little bit better now. 40% instead of 30%, now we're 40% telehealth of the total number of patients that we treat now in a week. 40% is telehealth right now, so that was good. And actually, just because of this reason, I got projections of our statistics this week. Actually, our statistics this week for actual total patient visits will be up by 15 appointments compared to last week. And I'm, you know, in this day and age, I'm elated, even for a small jump. I don't care. A little bit better is better than nothing, you know?
That's great.
Yeah. So, and yes, you can go and view that webinar and all the others. If you go to savephysicaltherapy.com, go to past webinars, and you can get the info there. Okay. So, any other questions that anyone would like to share?
Yeah, I have a couple therapists that are telling me that with telehealth, if they do the initial eval, they have to do the follow-up sessions. Is there any information on that?
You mean if they do the initial eval, that the same therapist has to do the follow-ups too?
Through telehealth, yes.
Is that insurance specific? Did a specific insurance carrier?
No, I think they're getting it from a webinar that they watched on telehealth or something like that. But they're telling me that if they do the initial eval, they have to do any follow-ups if it's going to be telehealth. We have some work comps that they have to have their initial eval in clinic, but then they can do follow-ups telehealth-wise if they so choose.
Yeah. Look, I do not have any information on that. And quite frankly, I'm not going to be able to confirm or deny that unless I see an insurance denial that says, hey, I'm denying to pay this because a different therapist from your practice saw this patient.
Well, I told them I felt like that can't be the case because if, you know, I have a therapist that goes on vacation and I'm covering that patient, it's still going to get paid.
Yeah.
So I just didn't know if there was some language in the telehealth market that is directing that, but I didn't really feel like it was that it could be the case just because I could see somebody in the clinic of somebody else's if they were gone or vacation or sick or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. But here is what I'm gonna say also, because I saw a couple of comments from people in regards to reimbursement of that service. Look, as I said, we're charging $50 a visit. Okay. Now that same patient who will decide or not to pay to us the $50 a visit, they are paying $75 or $100 to their hairdresser. And by the way, as you can tell with all this hair I have here, hairdressers are not essential service in New York. I desperately need a haircut. But you know, why they won't pay for PT $50? You know, we have to really show value. And if you manage to get these services paid cash, that can be, or most of them paid cash, that can be a great conversion to a cash-based business for you guys in doing that. I know, for example, that Andrea, her and I had a conversation the other day. She started doing some of this with cash-paying patients, and you know, that's a great thing. You know, you don't have to charge the same amount of money that you charged if someone came in your practice, but you have to charge also something that shows value and pays for your time and effort. And if you are a private practitioner, that covers your expenses, you know?
Actually, had a question about that, because I'm in a unique situation where I own a Pilates physical therapy business, and it's really kind of almost split right down the middle. And I only do cash pay, and didn't know if you know any information about clinics out there that are doing well in the cash pay realm for PT telehealth. I've just started coming into these town hall meetings, so I'm not quite sure the process to get the telehealth started and what kind of platforms I need for HIPAA stuff, but I'm sure I can research that out. But I didn't know if you had any resource of direct access people that just charge straight out of pocket for it.
Okay, so here is two things that I can tell you. The platform that we are using and promoting, if you go to teleptforme.com, I just posted it there, you can get a demo on the platform, okay? Why I like this platform? I like this platform because not only it provides you, not only it's a stable platform, not only it is totally HIPAA compliant, not only it allows online booking, not only it confirms patient appointments 5 minutes before with a text message before the meeting starts, but also it does marketing for you. There is a listing that markets you in your area. So that's why I like that. However, the second thing I'm going to tell you is please email to me directly on my email, Teresa. We are members of IFA, the International Franchise Association, because of our involvement with HADS, with hands-on diagnostics. So recently, I heard an entire webinar from IFA that was specifically dedicated to exercise studios, Pilates studios, training academies, gyms, stuff like that, okay? And here there you hear some of the big guys, like what is it called? The Planet Orange
Planet
Theory,
Fitness.
Planet Fitness,
Yeah.
Orange Theory,
Sure.
like the big guys. So, and they give you very valuable data. So if you email to me, I'm gonna send you my link for that webinar, and you can jump in there and go and watch it, okay?
Okay, good. So it's recorded. It was live, but now it's recorded.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's really helpful, because I think at this point we might even be shifting business model to go a little bit more towards the telehealth for various reasons. But it just kind of seems the right thing. I can do Pilates privates that way. And my telehealth with the privates is just FaceTime. So there's no, but it's a personal training at this point. It's not necessarily physical therapy, which changes the rules when it comes to being compliant with HIPAA and stuff like that. But that's good information. One other thing, because I think you might have answered this in another webinar I didn't come into, but we're trying to do this PPP loan. And I didn't know if you had any information about claiming your independent contractors as employees to get payment, because I've got mixed information online that some say don't include the independent contractors, and then the loan has an addendum to include the independent contractors. So I don't know if you have any information on that.
So here is that. First of all, if you check on the chat line, on the chat there, Heather from Nashville, she is texting you, telling you that to reach out with your email. She has also a Pilates studio. She wants
Hi, Teresa.
Oh, hi, where are you? Let me see you.
Hang on.
You don't have to turn your camera on.
No, I just, hi.
Hi, guys.
Hold on. Oh, okay. Hi there. Hello, Heather.
Hi. I'm gonna stop my video now.
Okay, thanks.
So
okay.
Unfortunately, Teresa, the PPP, it is fully and totally confirmed that it does not pay for private, for 1099s, independent contractors as your employees. And actually some people that they included them in their application, they are being called now to change their application. The announcement came a few days ago. I don't know if the practices that submitted their application before the 6th of April, I don't know if the practices that submitted it before the 6th of April, if they'll get away with it or not. For one of our businesses, we submitted before the 6th of April, and we, no, I'm sorry, I'm mixing things up. Okay, they have made so many changes. Okay, no independent contractors was announced the very beginning of April. Okay, so you cannot include independent contractors. Then on the 5th of April, they announced that they cannot even include your FICA, the federal tax component that you pay in the payroll for the W-2s, okay? So both of those you can.
Can I answer part of the, Demi, because my significant other owns a big accounting firm, and he's been doing this for a lot of people. So independent contractors can start applying on their own tomorrow. That's so all your 1099s, they individually have to start applying tomorrow. They don't even have the form.
The comment we made the other day is that the way they did it really puts more stress in the whole program, because if you had the business to include the independent contractors and help the independent contractors through the process, it would have been so much easier instead of having now millions of independent contractors putting more applications into a system that already is crashing and creating even bigger load. Also, it is the local businesses, it is us that we give the jobs to the independent contractors. So who is going to control that? Who is going to control the forgiveness? So here is my question to you. Right now, I hire, let's say, John as a W-2, and I hire Denise as 1099, okay? The W-2, I can pay them and I can continue the relationship, and because I pay them, I can get forgiveness on the loan. What's going to happen with Denise? Denise will apply, she'll get the money herself as a 1099. Will this money be forgiven? What does that application say? Nobody has seen that application yet.
Right, it's such a problem because my independent contractor really is like an employee. She works at my place like 20 hours, and I want to help her and I want her to stay on, but now this is new information that's a little bit not good. Because I already applied for the loan on the 3rd, and I included the independent contractors, and now I can't include them. I have to take them out because I'm finishing the final parts of it. Like, so the final part they need now is a documentation of my payroll. But then it came to mind that it said that it wasn't clear if we can include the independent contracts, but there is documentation out there that says that we can't include them.
Let me show you something.
Okay.
Quick. If you go to savephysicaltherapy.com, in addition to the past webinars here, we have resources. You see this?
Yeah.
If you go to resources, under resources, you are going to see the latest PPP final rule. If you click on that, this is directly from SBA, right?
Okay.
You are going to see very precisely at some point the words, no, you cannot include independent contractors. Okay.
That's such a pain. Okay. All right, good. I'll read through that. Thank you very much for leading me to that resource.
Yeah. It says, do independent contractors count as employees for purposes of PPP? No. Independent contractors have the ability to apply for PPP on their own.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Teresa,
good to know.
This is Heather from Nashville again. Do you have? Are you
Yes.
my email address
Pardon?
on the feed? Do you see my email address in the feed?
Let me see.
It's just it's Heather Cole at p3nashville.com.
Yes, I see it. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it. I'm on my phone. Yeah.
Great. Just email me. We can exchange numbers and talk. If that would help you.
Wonderful. Yeah, that would be good. I appreciate it.
Working.
Absolutely.
Is there any other question that anybody has right now? I see also, let me just say, I see some HUD's partners that have logged in here. I see Cindy, I see Dave, I see Bob. I see several of you guys. I don't know in the other page if there are more, let me just mention to you guys that you are going to receive information. We're going to be doing a HUD's meeting for all the partners very soon so that we can discuss how we're going to be creating the future of PT. So we'll contact you directly when that happens. All right, any questions from anybody else here? Anything?
Thank you, Dimmy.
Venice, thank you. And very quickly before I close, Tim, on Sunday or Saturday, when is the program?
Yeah, Saturday, 8 hours long. Starts at 7 in the morning Pacific, 10 in the morning Eastern. It's an 8-hour workshop on the keys to private practice success. I'm hosting it with Paul Savlosky, very successful PT. Dimi and I have known him for 20 years. And he's going to be sharing the actual tools that he learned from me and from my company, Survival Strategies. And I put up a little post for the Client Nation, which is, it's a free group. Join it. We used to have it only available for clients. Now, because of the virus, everybody's welcome to join. It's a great resource. It's a seek and share. You can find all kinds of information, but you'll see the post right on there about the workshop, and just click on it. It'll give you some directions, but it's fabulous. It's only one day. So go ahead and register for it. We may not do it again. We did it last Saturday. It was incredibly well received. So it's just there to help you get through this time and come out much better prepared for really taking it to the next level in the next few months. Good news is this thing's it's gonna peak, and it's gonna be over before people expected it.
Yep.
So that's
Tim.
all over the news right now. It's actually very encouraging.
I appreciate it, and thank you, all of you, for joining me and Kostas in a daily basis on these town hall meetings. As I said, we'll change now the style of those. Today is our last one in this capacity. Starting next week, we're going to be doing them once a week, every Thursday at 1 p.m. You are going to get notification of that. and we're going to work all together on changing this and walking together the road to recovery and be successful. We'll make PT the first choice out there for patients and doctors. So thank you all. You're wonderful, and be safe and keep creating. All right. Take care.
Thanks, Timmy.